most violent prisons in the world. The only place more dangerous to live than prison is the world outside of it. A quick look at the evening news will convince any viewer that the world is a dangerous place to live. Prisoners are designed to house criminals, and some prisons are designed specifically for the world's most dangerous criminals. These are the criminals who pose the greatest threat to the society. Following is a list of the top 10 most violent prisons in the world. Number 5. La Santé Prison. Paris, France is the home of La Santé Prison. The prison is known as such a brutal place that many prisoners have taken their own lives over serving their sentence there. 1999 saw the suicides of 124 prisoners. Number 4. Diyarbakir Prison. The conditions at Diyarbakir Prison in Diyarbakir, Turkey have been notoriously inhumane. One of the darkest spots of the prison's past for which it has been known is incarcerating children for lifelong sentence. Number 3. La Sabaneta Prison. La Sabaneta Prison is located in Venezuela, South America. The facilities of the prison are designed to house 15,000 prisoners, but actually houses 25,000. The prison is gently understaffed with approximately one guard for every 150 inmates. The prison is known for its violent incidents. Number 2. Tadmor Prison. Tadmor Military Prison is in Syria and is known as one of the most oppressive prisons for a prisoner to serve time in the world. Amnesty International has stated that every aspect of it was designed to dehumanize its inhabitants. Tadmor was closed down in 2001 but reopened in 2011. It is no less brutal today. Number 1 is the Carandiru Penitentiary. Carandiru Penitentiary in Brazil, South America is arguably the most violent and deadly prison in the world. In 1992, a violent prison massacre occurred when 102 inmates were shot dead. The prison is also known for terrible health problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, whenever it's about overseas Pakistanis, I've seen this gentleman over here on the show as well. We even wanted a representative from Federal Ombudsman because, they actually made us a few promises, but probably next time, inshallah. So on my right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, President of OPGF, a social activist himself, he's none other than Mr. Shakil Sheikh. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Good, how are you, sir?
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you. Alongside Mr. Shakil Sheikh, ladies and gentlemen, we have been joined by the Joint Secretary, OPGF. He's a human rights activist, and his name is superb. He's none other than Mr. Abdul Rauf Balle. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum salam, how are you doing today?
Absolutely perfect. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us. And last but not the least, ladies and gentlemen, one of that leg of OPGF, which stays over here in Pakistan and makes sure that all the things are running smoothly. And he's a legal advisor of OPGF. Well, a person of this sort needs to be in Pakistan. He's none other than Mr. Shiraz Khan. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Jim. Thank you so much.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much for joining us, gentlemen. And let's get the conversation started. So, Shakil Saab, I think in the first half, what we need to do is that we really need to highlight all of those problems which our Pakistani brethren face, probably living over there or when they come down to Pakistan.
Sure. First of all, the number one agenda we have is the Pakistani living in a jail in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they're not criminals. All they do, they just went to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure if I work in Saudi Arabia and I cannot afford to bring my wife and the children because my salary is so low, so I think that's exactly what happened. What they did, they bring their family, the wife and the children in Umrah visa, and they went overstay because they said, don't worry about it, stay here.
Yeah.
And they're running their life. One morning they're going through the checkpoints. I'm sure you guys went to Saudi Arabia. There's many checkpoints.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they pull you over, they check your document, which you don't have it. What they do, they take you in a jail straight away. You have a children, the wife and a husband. Even you have other children home, the home, that's it, you're done for your life.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Your home, your bank account, everything is finished. You're just going to jail and now you don't have your document.
Oh, right.
Okay, because my document, if I'm a husband, my document is sitting with my kafil, like the Saudi man. And now nobody gave him a document. He's sitting in a jail because all he needs is document and his ticket to come home.
Right.
Which we want Pakistan government to help those people out, the consulate in Saudi Arabia. That's what our organization want to jump in, and we want to even chip out the money with the government to help those people. First, women and children, we want them to go home
Okay.
You know, we want the list from the Pakistan government and the consulate, embassy in Saudi Arabia. Let us know. We know the numbers, but we will need to know how many children and a woman's there.
Right.
First, we're going to help them out, then the man's. Because the criminal people, we're not going after them. You know, they did the crime.
Right.
You know,
They
they
should
do
be
what they have to
served.
do. Only the innocent people. What only thing they did, they went overstay.
Yeah.
So we just want to clear these people out, to send them home. You know, they are our family, they are our sister, brothers. They don't have money to come home. We can help them.
Right. So, you know, one of the grievances of the, you know, people detained over there in camps in Saudi Arabia was, as of 2018, I was reading a news article from a very, you know, reputed newspaper. They said that people from other countries, their embassymen do come and meet with them, listen to their grievances, but no one comes to see them from Pakistan. Why so? Is it that it's not under probably discussion or no one's bothered about it?
Actually, I just have I was here a couple months ago, and I have this speak to Mr. Zulfi Bukhari. I think he's the foreign minister.
Right.
And
Not
he
foreign,
loved my idea.
Okay.
Like, I think I was here 3 months ago.
Okay.
Because only for this reason, I had a long conversation with him. I have a big
He's
meeting
not
with
a
him.
foreign minister.
And he loves my idea. He said, that's excellent idea. I was working on it. I will help you out. But so far, nothing happened. And we have a meeting with him today again.
Oh,
I think this is something which Mr. Shiraz needs to answer. So please, would you continue with the question?
Well, you know, one of the things regarding this Saudi Arabia, they have no choice to, you know, to take the provision of the legal advisor.
Okay.
If they arrest in the Saudi Arabia, they have no option for the legal advisor. That's why we go back to the State Minister, Zulfi Bukhari, and we have request to Zulfi Bukhari, if they, I mean, our state people, they need the legal advisor, so we can provide the legal advisor. We have the data assistant as well. And we can, you know, offer them the ticket as well, because they complete their, you know, the prison, the prison, you know, duration. But what they need to be the ticket, the return ticket. So what Overseas Pakistani Global Foundation is looking for, you know, providing them with the support of the government, providing them the tickets, the return tickets, because they are looking for their family. In September, Prime Minister was in Saudi Arabia. There are protests in the outside of the consulate, and the families were there, and they are looking forward for the government of Pakistan.
Right.
One of the reasons, as you mentioned, the 3,309 prisoners were there, and 40% people were detained because of the traffic rules. I mean, it's obviously, if I am the outside of my country, I will not, you know, aware of the traffic rules.
Right, absolutely.
So 40% people are detained because of the traffic rules, and the 29% people are detained because of the overstay, and they are not aware how to proceed you know, the process of
But this is something wrong on our end. You know, this is one thing which we need to realize, and I think that we need to educate overseas Pakistanis that not to overstay at anybody's place. I mean, for example, if we get guests for like 4 days, and if they told us before coming from Karachi or Lahore that, you know, we're going to be here for 4 days, I think I'm just going to be arranging things for 4 days.
Absolutely.
So 5th day is going to be a little difficult as well. So yeah, for those people who've actually done it, you know, by themselves, I think that they need to be responsible for that. But now there needs to be a way to bring them out and, you know, to get them in touch with their families as well. Because one more thing which I've realized, and that is, Shakil sir, that, you know, people who actually go to work over there, they do not have their passports anyways with them. You know, so first they enter into training, and then, you know, while they're training, they do not get paid. Once they're out of training, they definitely start to get paid as well, but they still do not have their passports, and they're not allowed to travel whenever they want. So we ourselves are signing up for this, and I don't think that there's anybody else to blame in it, because we do it ourselves, no?
But then again, that segment of the society, you know, most of them, not all of them, are not very properly educated, right? They are the ones who need to be at least told what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
And Mr. Shiraz, you mentioned that, you know, they don't have the right to ask for a legal counsel, or only Pakistanis or anyone there in the camps?
Well, you know, that's a secondary source which we get the information from the jails. Only for Pakistani, they have no provision, because the legal system is, you know, differ from the Pakistan laws. So they have no provision for providing the legal counsel for the Saudis. You know, they have no law there. We have one of the agreement which is followed. We are looking for the government of Pakistan. There is an agreement of transforming prisoners. In September, Imran Khan was there, and they were talk about the transforming, you know, the agreement. Then we were looking for again for the state minister. I mean, the overseas state minister. They, you know, they ensured that that's, you know, that's agreement, you know, should be, on table. They start the conversation on that. So then that's really easy for the Pakistan, particularly for Pakistan, to talk about that.
Exactly, and which is why, because earlier, ladies and gentlemen, before we were getting started with the show, so I kind of had a conversation. I told them that first we are going to discuss the challenges and then the solutions. But I think that what we need to do is that, since we have discussed this challenge for the overseas Pakistanis in Saudi Arabia, I think that we need to discuss solutions right away as well so that we move on. So, Bali Saab, what solutions do we have in terms of getting those people out and back in Pakistan if they want to come?
I think so. As per my colleague just talked regarding the rules and regulations, Saudi Arabia, they have different rules and regulations. So our government should have to be handled in a different way. They need to talk to them like a separate, like the Islami Shari Council, like that way. So that's where we can help these guys.
Okay. Thank you very much for highlighting that and for all those people who are out there. And obviously the ambassadors actually need to do their part of work. But I think that, that 2% of people who actually are or have been invited by the ambassador himself to any occasion or festivity, what they can do is that they can probably be the leader for all those other people whose grievances are being unheard.
Sound their voices.
And
that's exactly how
exactly.
it is. That's
so
what
that's
you
great.
just mentioned. That's how it is.
I think this is one of the solutions, and since we're running short of time as well, so we'll have to thank you over here. But thank you very much for joining us. It was wonderful to have you to actually listen to problems which our overseas Pakistanis brethren face. And inshallah, this is something which we could do. And I think, let's see, for all those people who were listening, whatever is in your capacity, you have to do it too as well.
And it's so great to actually have, general Pakistani citizens to take up the responsibility of helping other citizens over here.